In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, kids. I hope all of you will be fine and enjoying your good health. And I just hope that you guys are following all the precautionary measures to avoid coronavirus as well. Today in class 5 in Amazing Science, we are going to start our next unit, and the unit name is Magnetism. Unit number 10, page number 89. So let's start today's lesson. Maglev trains, the fastest in the world, use powerful electromagnets for lift and motions. Maglev trains or Shanghai maglev trains are the fastest train in the world, and they can move with the help of electromagnets, and those electromagnets are very powerful. Towards page number 90, magnetism. Magnetism is an invisible force. Invisible means that cannot be seen, that can make some object move towards or away from each other. So, magnetism is that force which is invisible, which cannot be seen with bare eyes, and it is a force that pull or push anything towards or away from each other. We cannot see magnetism, but we can look at magnets to see what happens to the things that are placed near them. In these lines, it is being discussed that we cannot see magnetism, but we can experience the magnetism with the help of putting two magnets closer to each other. Point is magnetic and non-magnetic material. So now we are going to discuss about some magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Metals that are attracted by magnets are called magnetic materials. Not all metals are magnetic. Copper and aluminium are non-magnetic metals. In these lines, it is being discussed that the metals which are attractive toward magnet are called magnetic material, and those materials which are not attracted toward the magnet are called non-magnetic material. For example, wood and cloths are non-magnetic material, whereas all the items that are made up of irons are magnetic material because they are attracted toward the magnet. Okay kids, now we are going to discuss about hard magnetic materials and soft magnetic material. So what are the hard magnetic materials? Hard magnetic materials are difficult to magnetize, but once magnetized, they keep their magnetism. Steel, alchemax, and the tiny particles of iron oxide which coat cassette tapes make strong magnets. Okay, in this heading, it is being discussed that there are certain materials which are known as hard magnetic material. They are quite difficult to magnetize, but once when they are get magnetized, they keep their magnetism, like steel, alchemax, and tiny particle of iron oxide, which are used on cassette tapes. Soft magnetic materials are those materials which are easy to magnetize, mean on which we can easily apply magnetic field or magnetic force, but they lose their magnetism quickly. Okay, so here is a you can say demerit of these soft magnetic material is that they can easily lose their magnetism. Iron and copper wire are used to make electromagnets. They produce strong magnetic field, but they lose their magnetism as soon as the current is switched off. It means copper and iron are those metals which do have electromagnetics in them, but when the switch is off or the current is off, their magnetism just came to end. Magnetic nature of a magnet. All the particles inside a magnet have a north pole and a south pole, and they are arranged so that the north pole of all the particles face in the same direction and the south poles face in the opposite direction. When a magnet is cut in a half, the mini magnets retain their magnetic properties, so each half becomes a magnet with a north pole at one end and a south pole at the other end. If you cut a magnet in half, you will have two magnets. Okay, in this line, it is being discussed that all the magnets have two poles. As you can see, here is a magnet and it has a south pole and a north pole. So if we cut this magnet into a half, we will get two magnets. Okay kids, moving towards next page. Now we are going to learn about magnetic field. What is magnetic field? Magnetic field, the area around a magnet in which it is effective is called magnetic field. If a magnetic material such as iron or steel is placed in the magnetic field, the magnet will pull it toward itself. Magnetic field basically वो area है around the magnet in which magnetic field is available. For example, in this specific picture you can see that this is the magnetic field of this magnet. If we put anything near its magnetic field that is made up of iron, it will attract those material toward itself. Means ये इसकी boundary है. Magnetic field is a boundary of the magnetic field is the boundary of any magnet in which if you put anything that is made up of iron, it will attract those things towards itself. कि इस बाउंड्री के नियर हम अगर कोई भी आयरन की चीज़ रख देंगे तो वो इस फील्ड के साथ अट्रैक्ट होगी. Now we are going to learn how to mark the pole of a magnet. Hang a bar magnet from a piece of string. It will swing around and when it stops, it will be hanging in a north-south position, which shows approximately the north pole and the south pole of the earth. So, to determine the north and south pole, determine the north and south pole of a magnetism, what we have to do, हम सिंपली एक स्ट्रिंग लेंगे, मीन्स एक धागा लेके उसके साथ मैग्नेट को रैप करके व्हेन वी हैंग इट, इट विल स्विंग एंड व्हेन इट स्टॉप, पहले वो स्विंग करेगा और जब वो स्टॉप करेगा तो इट ऑटोमेटिकली शोज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ नॉर्थ एंड साउथ पोल ऑफ अ अर्थ. सिंपल. ओके, so moving towards the next point, to prove that the force of a magnet is strongest at the poles. Now we are going to learn that is the poles are the strongest part of the magnet. Place a bar magnet on a sheet of white paper and sprinkle some iron fillings onto the paper. The iron filling will arrange themselves around the magnet in a definite pattern of line, which are magnetic lines of force of a magnet. The iron filling will be clustered at each pole of the magnet. This shows that the magnetic force is strongest at the pole of a magnet. Able to understand this example with the help of this picture. As you can see, all the nails are attached toward the poles of this magnet. It so hence prove that the magnet poles have more magnetic field rather than the other area of the magnet. Okay, let me tell you an interesting thing about the north and the south pole. That is, unlike poles are those poles which are not the same, means opposite poles. So unlike poles attracted toward each other, means if we have two magnets, so the north pole of first magnet will be attracted to the south pole of the other magnet, whereas the same poles repels each other. Like as you can see in this picture, both of the magnet poles are showing north side of the magnet, so they are repelling, means they are not getting attracted toward each other. So kids, now we are going to learn about compass. So now we are going to learn about compass. I hope all of you are familiar with compass. Compass is used to know the direction of a place. Compass is an instrument which is used to find directions. It consists of a small compass needle which is actually a small bar magnet placed inside a metallic box with a glass top. Because of the magnetic field of the earth, the compass needle always point in the north south direction, so it can be used to find direction. Most of the time, people who go on sea voyage or who travel by sea use compass to know their directions. Moving towards next point, magnetic field of the earth. The earth is like a huge bar magnet with a weak magnetic field around it. This is what makes it possible to find direction using a compass. To understand all these phenomena, let's watch a video.
Magnificent objects that create an area of magnetic force around them, which is invisible to the human eye. This area is known as the magnetic field. If a magnetic object is inside that area, it gets attracted towards the magnet and moves towards it without any physical contact. Looks like magic, isn't it? Now, what's a magnetic object? Objects that get attracted to a magnet are called magnetic objects, and the objects that do not get attracted to a magnet are called non-magnetic objects. For example, a piece of wood or cloth won't even move if kept near a magnet. But objects that contain iron, nickel, and cobalt will definitely get attracted to the magnet. When you keep a magnet freely suspended in air, it would rest in the north-south direction. The end that points to the north is called the north pole of the magnet, and the end that points south is called the south pole of the magnet. Well, I have a fun experiment for you. Take these two magnets. The north and south pole should be marked on these magnets. Now, bring the like poles near and see what happens. There you go. These magnets repel each other. Now, bring the unlike poles near. See, the magnets attract each other. This proves that unlike poles attract each other and like poles repel each other. Hiya! Well, if you cut a magnet into two, it won't lose its magnetic field, but would give you two new magnets.
Watching this video, I hope your concepts are more clear about magnetism. So now we are going to learn about magnetism in living thing on page number 92. Some animals are magnetic. Amazing, isn't it? Most insects, whales, dolphins, birds and humans have some kind of magnetic material which help them to find their way even when they cannot see. Isn't it astonishing? Yes, it is. In how to make a magnet. Okay, now we are going to learn how to make a magnet. Some materials like iron, nickel, cobalt, etc. can be made into magnets by the following method. Stroking with a magnet. When a steel bar is stroked with one pole of a bar magnet in one direction, several times it becomes a magnet. This happened because all the atoms of the steel bar, which were arranged irregularly in the beginning, arranged themselves in such a way that all their north pole face one direction and their south pole face the other. That is, they form one big magnet with north and south poles. Okay, in these lines it is being discussed that when we stroke a steel bar with a magnet in specific direction and so many times, it can also convert into a magnet because all the atoms of the steel bar, some of them are attracted toward the south pole and other attracted toward the north pole. Okay, moving towards the next heading, magnetizing with electricity. So we can use electricity to magnetize things or make a magnet, but it quite be harmful for us, so don't try this at home. When electric current is passed through a coil of wire, it behaves like magnet that can be attract iron or steel. If a piece of soft iron is placed inside the coil, it will be magnetized and will remain so as long as the current flows in the coil. This kind of magnet is called an electromagnet. Why it is called electromagnet? Because electricity is involved in this process. So it is called electromagnet.